From the oldest capital city in the Americas, founded in 1325, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Mexico City. Tonight, it's another installment of the International Series, and we've got a good one on tap between the Kansas City Chiefs and our home team. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, and he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 8 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The point after is good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now a carry by the 3rd-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
12.
From the gun, Rivers. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. They'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. Rivers. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Mahomes. Got his man, that's Mecole Hardman, the rookie. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. Hardman, the second-round pick out of Georgia, really showcased his speed at the combine, running a 4.33 40, and should help give Patrick Mahomes another versatile playmaker to work with at the receiver. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Joey Bosa in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This is caught by Robinson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Yellow. Marshall,
On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Check it back, check it back.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's got the open man. It's Allen on the comebacker. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, That should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go play fake. Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Being chased out left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chiefs' 15-yard line.
These two teams all tied after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Set 180. Set 180. You must be
To throw again on 2nd down. Rivers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, and it's 3rd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Rivers now. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to have to put a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And
for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Thomas Davis. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
390, 190.
Running on first down, Eckler. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Chris Jones in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Let's go, let's go. Hey, go Orange. Orange. Hey, Zoo.
On third down, Rivers. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left, early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now Eckler. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check back. Hey, switch gears. He's crossing. He's checking crack.
To throw, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Travis Benjamin that time, and it's third down.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the game starts. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Mahomes. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run on first down. It's Williams. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and down to the 28-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On first down, Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again, Rivers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It's a loss of 11 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Ready! Ready! Hey, Delta!
Working out of the gun, Rivers. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. On is the Chargers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Here's Hill on the return. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And you're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Mahomes now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
50 yards.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. Going for it all. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
The Charger drive about to get going. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
At the 49-yard line.
Bill, 180, 390.
50's the mic, 50's the mic.
Rivers on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Yellow, yellow. I'm the 180.
Come, baby. Woo!
57.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 50.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. You sure you're ready for the third quarter? Need to use a bathroom or anything? All right, cool. Let's go. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role. The Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Joey Bosa, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes is going to fire one deep, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Nasir Adderley, the rookie from Delaware. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Darren Lee picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
They'll run it with Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run with Darquan. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Here's Mahomes to throw. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes if they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback. They've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Darren Lee there to get him down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, 79! 79! Hey, Wahoo! Alpha!
You ready? Check 31.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
80 weapons. 80 weapons.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Tackle made by Adrian Phillips.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
What tight end?
Hey, Sunday.
H3, 218, chopper.
They run it again with Williams. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the first down carry and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
2nd and 3 at the Chiefs' 7-yard line.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. It's Eckler again, and he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th. They come out here in the eye. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And that is going to be incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Flush to his right. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Thomas Davis. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Phillip Rivers, no stranger to fourth-quarter comebacks. He's led the Chargers back to victory 20. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth-quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Bring it.
Back to it after the pick 6. Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. Allen has it, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Now he'll escape to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Check my 50. Mike is a 50. Check my 50.
Again, it's Rivers. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. The intended receiver there, Allen. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Hey, 15.
Now here's Mahomes. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Mahomes now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Williams. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll be close to a first down at the Chargers' 19-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here, stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First down and goal to go.
Yellow. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On the run, Darkwa. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Mahomes now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, Rivers again. And his throw is incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
To throw on third down, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 24 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Wait!
Mike spoke.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And the Chiefs are going to get him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. After the sack on first down, Rivers. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Check 24. Hey, I'm going to go load it. Load it.
Check.
Wait, 89.
On third down, here's Eckler. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a fourth down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
44, Mike, 44. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Wait.
44's Mike. Check. I'm on.
Now Rivers on fourth down. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 49-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go out, 80.
Let's go.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for Kansas City, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now it's off to the airport for a date with customers.